Are you too nice or do you lack boundaries? Here's the thing. When you look at the media, when you look at social media, a lot of things about being a nice guy or a nice girl, everybody criticizes. Oh, women don't like nice guys. Oh, guys don't like nice girls. They like bad people, this and that. You're not too nice. You lack boundaries. When you get taken advantage of over and over and over and over again, could those people be narcissists and extremely selfish? Sure. But when it keeps happening to you, at what point do we look in the mirror and go, dude, maybe it's you? Because I see it, folks. I see it on Twitter. I see it on Instagram. I see it on TikTok. Women don't like nice guys. But maybe we're getting something mixed up here. So is it really that bad to be a nice person? And what do we mean exactly? If you ask a counselor this, what they'll tell you is this. Being a nice person is not true if it's your default. If I say yes to every favor that you ask me, is that because I'm nice or is that because I'm incapable of saying no? And if it's the second one, if it's because I'm incapable of saying no, what does that say about me? That's not a nice thing to do. I'm not a friendly person. It has nothing to do with me being a good person. It has everything to do with me not being able to stand up for myself. So as you sit there and you think about your relationships and you think, oh, I'm just too nice. People just don't like me because I'm really nice. It's like, wait a minute, man. You're the girl who says, when people say, oh, what's the hardest thing about being in a relationship with you? And she says, oh, I'm just too loving. I'm just too caring. I love too much. Translation, I'm insecure. I'm extremely anxious and that makes me clingy and controlling. I don't know why. Guys don't love me. I'm too loving. So when I hear people say, oh, I'm just too nice. Guys don't want a nice girl. Girls don't want a nice guy. What I'm actually hearing you say is I've been walked all over. People take advantage of me. And they take me for granted. Therefore, either A, it's going to give me a reason to start being rude. Or B, it's not on me. I'm perfect the way I am. You're the problem. Like, I know my last 6 relationships didn't work out, but it had nothing to do with me. My partner was the problem. All my partners were the problem, just them. Now, here's the thing. What a lot of these nice guys or nice gals ends up happening is when you get burnt over and over and over again, a lot of them end up becoming passive aggressive. Here's what I mean. They're going to smile at you. They're going to say thank you. They're going to say you're welcome. They're going to do all the things that are quote unquote nice, but behind the smile, behind the thank you, behind this sort of polite behavior, they're starting to get pissed off. And they might make passive aggressive comments. They might make backhanded compliments. They might say things that are sticking it to you indirectly without you even knowing. Or the opposite, it becomes blatantly obvious that they have a problem with you. So if we're too nice, we got to take a step back and go, do I have boundaries? What's the difference between someone who's extremely nice and has no boundaries versus someone who's very nice but also has boundaries? Because if I have boundaries, I can be very nice. But if I feel like you're crossing my boundary, you're doing something that I do not tolerate, that's when I step back and I go, this is not okay. Because now you're not being nice to me. And if that's how this is going to be, I'm out of here. So here's what's important. If we ever find ourselves in a place where our default is to be nice, our default is to say yes to everybody, is to want to help everybody, is to be extremely kind, and then we get taken advantage of, we have to be careful that we don't associate all of that with just being a nice person. That's sort of like the person saying, look, I fell in love with a girl, she broke my heart, therefore I will never love again. Love is associated with heartbreak. It could be. It very well could be. But with the right person, it doesn't have to be. And what we do is when we associate these things with the wrong things, that's when we end up coming to conclusions that are harmful to all parties involved. So you think you're a nice guy, you're a nice girl. You go out, you start dating people, and you feel like you're being taken advantage of. So then you go online and then you type in whatever you want. Nice girl finishes last. Why nice guys suck. Why blah, blah, blah. You name it, it's out there. And you will find videos that confirm your belief. You're not going to go looking at videos that contradict it. No. You want to see stuff that align with your current views. And guess what happens? You find it. And when you find it, you double down in your views, and the views get even stronger. And then we have what we call self-fulfilling prophecy. When you go out into your relationships, when you go out and meet people and you talk to people, you're going to do things that make that thing come to life. For example, there's someone walking, you're going to hold the door open for her. She walks through. Maybe she says thank you, maybe she doesn't. But if she doesn't talk to you, if she doesn't look at you, if she doesn't smile, anything that she does that can be completely neutral, you're going to take it and you're going to say, I knew she didn't take me for granted. I knew I shouldn't have held open the door. I knew women are like this. I knew I get to... When it could have nothing to do with the situation. She could be in a rush. She could have not even noticed. Maybe she was on her phone. There could be 50 reasons why she didn't acknowledge you holding the door open for her. But if we have this preconceived notion and this belief of if this, then that. If I'm nice, then people don't respect me. Therefore, I will not be nice. And the reason why this is so popular, the reason why people can get really popular who talk about this stuff like women are X and you should do this and screw everybody and be rude and this and that, is because initially being rude starts to work out well for you. In that, when you're rude, you're also going to find a little bit of assertiveness. You have to be a little bit selfish. You got to say no. You got to have boundaries. And the initial part of being rude is actually going to be beneficial. Where you go, wow, this is great. I'm actually setting down my boundaries. I'm being more assertive. But then the negative is that in that being assertive and setting boundaries and being more confrontational, you're also not being a pleasant human being. And when we aren't pleasant human beings, people don't want to spend time with us. So if you're too nice, people take you for granted. If you become rude, then you develop that assertiveness, you develop that confrontation, but it comes with a caveat of becoming unpleasant and unkind. And then what you'll figure out is people don't want to be around those people. So then you're sitting there going, well, what the hell? I don't know what to do. When I'm nice, they don't like me. When I'm rude and I'm standing my ground, they don't like me. Oh, only girls want to spend time with me or guys want to spend time with me when they can take advantage of me. Do you see, folks, how we can make sense of everything? Like, that's the problem with our brain. We are so advanced that no matter what happens, I can take it and make it fit into the belief that I already have. So the last thing I want to leave you with this. Think about what it means to be nice. Are you nice to yourself? Are you nice to other people? Can you be nice to yourself and to other people simultaneously? And if you say yes to everybody and you start sacrificing too much, are you being nice to yourself? And if you're not being nice to yourself, how the hell can you call yourself a nice person? I think there's a lot of people out there who call themselves nice that really aren't. Frankly, and this is going to come off really harsh, they are weak as it pertains to exercising certain parts of their personality, such as assertiveness, confrontation, boundaries, what they're willing to tolerate. And because of not having practice, because of not being educated in the importance of establishing those things, they come off as someone who will say yes to everything. And then in their mind, the first thought isn't, oh, I'm a pushover. Their mind is, oh, I'm just really, really, really nice. Because that's easier to sleep at night than to think I'm a pushover. So the next time you hear somebody say, I'm too nice, or she's too nice, or nice guys finish last, or whatever the hell it is, always think this. Are you talking about nice with boundaries? Or are you talking about someone's nice who cannot establish boundaries for the life of them? And let me get this straight. The problem is that you smile too much. It's got nothing to do with you not being able to stand up for yourself. Food for thought, folks.